The denial arrived before the coffee was cold. The request went in at 9:14. The answer came back at 9:16. 2 minutes. Coverage for the requested treatment is denied. You read it again because 2 minutes is not enough time for a human being to open a file, read it, weigh it, and decide a person does not deserve care. You are right. It was not. No human read your file. A system did, and the system is not paid to say yes. Start with what you were told you bought. A policy. A promise. You paid the premium every month for years, and the company agreed to cover the care your doctor decides you need. That is the brochure. The real document is the certificate of coverage, and inside it sits a phrase that quietly rewrites the deal. Medically necessary. 2 words. Your doctor does not define them, the insurer does. That is the hinge the whole denial swings on. Here is the part no one explains at enrollment. When a high-cost treatment needs prior authorization, the file does not land on a doctor's desk. According to court filings and ProPublica's 2023 reporting, denials inside several large insurers are routed through algorithmic systems. One investigation documented a medical director signing off on hundreds of denials in a single sitting, averaging roughly 1.2 seconds each. The chart was not read. The history was not weighed. Only the signature was applied. The denial was already written. The industry has a name for the machinery behind that 1.2 seconds. Denial management. Read it plainly. The goal is not to refuse care forever. The goal is to delay it, and to make the delay costly enough in time and energy that you give up. The company has run the numbers. It knows how many people fold after the first no. It builds the whole process on that single reliable fact. You are tired. You are sick. You are not going to fight. Most people do not. Now the number the insurer leaves out of the denial letter. According to KFF analysis of marketplace plan data, only a tiny fraction of denied claims are ever appealed, in some datasets under 1%. Of the few that are, a large share get overturned. The company knows both figures. It knows the wall is mostly paint. Almost no one pushes on it, and when they do, it tends to give. The denial is not a verdict on your care. It is a bet on your exhaustion. So what does pushing look like? Not a phone call. Phone calls vanish. It looks like a written request for the administrative record. Under federal law governing most employer health plans, you have a right to every document the insurer used to decide your claim. The clause they cited, the criteria they applied, the internal notes. You request it in writing, and a clock starts. When the records arrive, they tend to hold the clause that does not quite say what the denial claimed it said. Take a composite of the cases that reach lawyers. The same pattern documented again and again in regulatory complaints. A patient appeals once, gets a faster denial. Appeals again, denied again. By the time an attorney requests the full record, 6 months have passed, and the treatment urgent in spring is now overdue. The delay itself does the damage. Out-of-network charges. The plan will no longer fully cover. Tens of thousands in bills for care that was always covered, just covered late on the insurer's clock. And here is the cruelty written into the law itself. For most employer coverage, federal preemption sharply limits what a patient can recover for the delay. Win the appeal, and you win the coverage. You do not, in most cases, win anything for the months of waiting, the bills, the consequences to your body. The patient who fights hardest and finally prevails, it's exactly what was promised on day one, and nothing for being made to fight for it. The system is not broken here. This is the design. This is not a fringe complaint. In 2024, the Senate HELP committee held hearings on prior authorization with testimony from physicians, patients, and former insurance medical directors describing the quotas from the inside. State attorneys general opened investigations. Federal regulators tightened the timelines insurers must meet. None of it, alone, rebuilt the system. Together, it confirms one thing under oath, the 1.2-second denial. The manufactured delay, the bet on your silence, is not a glitch. It is the machine running exactly as built. So read the letter again and read it differently. The denial is not the end of the conversation. It is the opening offer, and the company is counting on you to take it. The certificate of coverage sets the deadline. The administrative record holds the inconsistency. The external review is where cases turn. None of it is hidden. It is just small and gray and printed where they hope you will not look. The fine print was never fine. It was always the size that decides everything.